Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to AKA Science. This is Class 5 of our Forensics Science Kit. More evidence, please. This class features some pretty involved prep steps, so I am once again going to be including those with their activities. 3 vocab terms. Number 1, fibers, threads or filaments from which cloth or fabric is formed. Number 2, lifted footprint, a cast made by pouring plaster into an indent left by a foot or shoe. And 3rd, trace evidence, tiny fragments of physical clues left at a scene. Trace evidence can be so small that it's invisible, but that doesn't mean it isn't important. So let's dive into our first activity, tracking down the urban rascal. While AKA Science tries to be flexible about which activity to do first, I would really recommend doing this one right out of the gate so the dental stone has plenty of time to dry. Let's do some prep steps. Begin by adding a bag of sand to each aluminum tray. Add a little bit of water and mix the sand so it's wet but not soaked, about the consistency you would need to build a sandcastle. Take the raccoon footprints, front or rear, your choice, carefully out of the box and make a good, deep impression of the footprints in each of the aluminum trays. Distribute the trays, magnifying glasses, and animal suspects worksheet and have your students make some preliminary observations about the footprints. Now, distribute the bags of dental stone powder and, using the measuring cup, add 50 milliliters of water to each bag. Have your students mix the powder and water as thoroughly as possible, then carefully open up one corner of the bag and pour the sludge into the footprint, being careful to fill all the little nooks and crannies of the indentation. Dental stone will take about 30 to 45 minutes to dry enough that we can safely remove it from the mold. So once they are dry, extract the dental stone casting and, using a paintbrush, dust off the excess sand to reveal the cast of the footprint. Then have them identify the culprit on the animal suspect worksheet. Let's move on to our second activity, getting enough fiber. This activity is fairly simple. Pass out the index cards, pencils, magnifying glasses, and tape and have your students pick a source of fabric they want to sample. Apply a piece of tape to the fabric and adhere the tape to the index card. Then have your students label and examine the sample. Collect 3 to 4 more samples and have your students compare and discuss the differences in their samples. Give them a chance to discuss their findings and compare samples between one another, and we can get on to our final activity, ear witnesses. Begin by selecting a student or having one volunteer to be the first ear witness. Have them stand on the far end of the classroom and close their eyes. Then have one of the other students say, as blandly as possible, "You'll never guess who I am." Invite the ear witness to identify who said it by just their voice. Next, have all your students take turns saying the phrase and invite your ear witness to identify the first speaker and the order their fellow students spoke in. Go a few rounds with different ear witnesses and different phrases. Then, it is time to clean up, debrief, and case closed. That's it for Class 5. If you have any questions, check out akascience.org and meet me in Class 6.